Okay, what's up, everybody? It is Battle of the Bulge 80. It's first game here. I'm trying to play the Deadly Woods by Revolution Games. It is Ted Racier, and it is part of his Dark and Deadly series. So the Dark series, Dark Summer, Dark Sands, Dark Valley, GMT, and I guess France. Case yellow. I didn't realize that, but I heard it's quite different. And anyway, and then the Deadly Woods by Revolution. There's some really good. Steve Dole just does a course because he's good. Does some good videos on it. And there's probably others, but I can know of him right now. But anyway, I believe Hexy, Jeff from Hex to Hex, and ASL Spotting Ground, and McMurray are all playing some games to commemorate D-Day or Bulge, Battle of the Bulge 80. And Jeff loaned this game to me quite a while back. He said he really enjoyed it, and in fact, he said it's one of his favorites. In this kind of size and realm, I think he loves Vocht Vine the best, the old one. But and I'm excited to try it because I'm thinking about Dark Summer as becoming my kind of bigger D-Day game that goes, well, not bigger, but the scale that goes from June to August, because I don't really have one. Potentially Battle for Normandy. Moving on. Deadly Woods. Here we are. The first day. This covers each turn is 2 days. So this is the 16th and 17th turn. I've already started. In the first turn, there are an automatic German combat round, move round, a reaction round by the Allies, and then and then a Vanderheit, which was put here. Height. I rolled a 3, so it is just a cost of 2. Kind of wish he would have had. Actually, he doesn't have a zone of control, so he wouldn't have done anything there. That's interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, so he's +2 movement into that hex. My combat results: I had 3 no effects, 1 BL1, and 2 DR asterisks. So there are 3 steps lost in this, but up here were no effects, so nothing happened. Actually, up here and 1 down here. There are, I would say, the thing so far about this game, this kind of reminds me of some of the Simonage games. Lots of little chrome things. This is not as complex as the 4X games by Simonage or Zockbond games. His games are very, very cool and interesting. Similar scale. Arden's 44 though is like 2 maps, much bigger. So it must be zoomed in a little bit. Lots of exceptions, but there are some great play aids on the Board Game Geek. One that's really helped me is there's an example of play. I just was having a hard time. This is on me, going through the rules and seeing all the things. And I could see all the exceptions. You do this on one, not on this. And I'm like, how? I'm not supposed to remember this. I don't want to spend time remembering that stuff. I want to spend time thinking about what I need to do to, win the battle here. So there's some really cool plays. A sequence of play card, which there's not a sequence of play card in the game. They have a couple really cool plays, but not that. Turn reminders. So turn 1, these are all the special things on turn 1. So that's why you need a play aid for that, because there's no way. I'm going to flip through the book. Combat modifiers. There's just a few kind of little odd ones. It's okay. There were supply rules. Zones of control. Interesting. I need to kind of think through that. Quick start list. So this kind of lists some of the weird rules. So if you have it out on the shelf or first time playing, which is kind of cool. So 2 pages of those, just kind of things to think about, like stacking and kind of things. So that's neat. And then of course the play aids that come with the game and all that. So at the end of the 3, 4, I feel like there's 5 things that are supposed to happen. Where I am now, the traffic marker. So the traffic marker was placed here, so that's going to slow the Panzer units down a little bit. The Panzers did get the Piper +2 movement points for Piper supply. I think that's only for 1 or 2 turns. They're across the river up here, threatening here. They did cross over here, threatening here. These guys moved back to this town to try to stop them from getting down to Luxembourg City. I decided to keep these guys here, so they moved back. They moved back to here. I feel like there was another movement. Anyway. I need to see, during move. Yeah. So now the reinforcements are coming on. There's a bunch coming on H for the Americans. A, B, Wait, what does that say? Second and first. Oh, let's see what that's about. Okay, let's see the reinforcements. So like that kind of thing. I'm trying to basically, I'm kind of playing this. I was going to start over, but I'm like, let's just keep going. I'm going to keep playing through this and kind of learning the rules as I go. This will be a multiple play game. I mean, it's just going to be one of those games. But I do like it because it's chip pull. You know me. So like the first one that came out, I could have got one of 2 German armies that came out first, but then the American reinforcements. So if those 2 came out first, that would be really good for the Germans because there would be less Americans on the map, and they could maybe, make something happen. All right, so that's that. I'll come back after I complete turn 1. I just wanted to get here and show a picture of the start, kind of where we are. Obviously, I need to read a few more rules. I suspect I'll get some things wrong on this, but that's okay. But I'm looking forward to this. And I currently do not have a full Bulge game. I have Race for Bastogne, GTS, and Bastogne Screaming Eagles, which both pretty much cover the same thing, Bastogne. And I don't have another one right now. And I would like a full Bulge game, that covers this and not be, Wacht on Rhine or something like that. I don't want that. I don't think I want that depth right now. So. Okay, that's it. Long ramble. We'll talk to you. See ya. Okay, I do like how, end of turn 1, and I do like how they have this little track to keep track of all your chits. I think that's pretty fun. You can just line them up somewhere, but it's kind of nice to have it. So the big one that came out, and I think we talked about this, but so we did the first 3 plus the other 2 assets here. Then the reinforcement chit on it. That's pretty big. If the American reinforcement chit comes out first, they're able to come over here and block, which they did, which really keeps Piper down. Like if they're unable to do that, Piper can really move up here, and this supply thing matters. Now this supply thing doesn't really matter that he gets because he captured it, and they're not going to be out of supply because, yeah, they're not far enough out. They really need to they can't go down here because there's no roads that get them around here. Then the 2 armies came out, then reinforcements. So this is why playing chip pull's fun, because how would it change it if these 2 armies came out first, then the reinforcements, or this, then a reinforcement, then this? I don't know. It's just fun. So in the first turn, there's not a whole lot of variability. You got 4 counters coming out. What about both reinforcements come out first? So fun stuff. Just kind of where we are. I took a picture at the end of the first turn, which I'll show. As usual, when I play Bulge games, the south sector is going to be super weak. I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do here because they're just kind of weak down here. I guess they really need to get down here and start blocking some entry hexes here, I think. Maybe that's what they should do more than anything else. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, just have to be careful not to get out of supply, because they could quickly get out of supply because these bridges destroyed, I think, blocks it. So the furthest advance is Piper up here and some elements of 1st SS, a Kampfgruppe. This is going to be a tough nut to crack. Obviously, this is going to be a tough nut to crack. I just wonder how much time do you spend? And I think a lot of it's just get the armor up as far as you can get. They're making pretty good progress here. They did get, they're making pretty good progress here. And these guys over here made good progress. The 26th Division, depending on how the chits pulled, can they get into Bastogne? So I'll have to see what the order of chits are, number 2. That's it for turn 2. Turn 1. And there's kind of 2 scenarios. And the cool thing is you can play 6 and see to the Germans win that one. And if you want to keep playing, you can play through 12, then where you get the British and Patton and all that in there. Could be fun. So we'll see what happens. That's the 16th and 17th turn. We'll talk to you at the end of the 18th, 19th turn. Postscript 2. The reason St. Vith is good to be taken is because once St. Vith is taken, the boundary between 5th and 6th Army, so this yellow line here, is no longer existent. So there's a lot more movement restrictions there lifted, which potentially could be good for these guys, for Piper, because then they could maybe go around here. I wouldn't have known that. Would I have known that? I would have not have known that before they moved there. But they may change where they go battle. In fact, everyone might change where they battle. and move on around. So that might change, but that makes a big difference. So these guys kind of like right here can kind of move around here. That's a big deal. So St. Beth, that's postscript 2. All right, maybe we'll see you. Maybe we'll go to the next day. Okay, well, some fun stuff happened here. This whole group of Germans were out of supply at one point, but then I was able to move guys around to get them in supply. I was like, oh, I thought they were in supply. And I was like, oh yeah, oh no, they couldn't be. So anyway, because this guy was blocking this one bridge, that was pretty cool. So that happened. What was great up here is these guys keep banging their head just like what happened, I think, and they cannot, in 3-1, 4-1, doesn't matter. They either lose or it's just exchange, nothing happens. It's just awesome. Keep rolling no effect up here. That's pretty fun. It's frustrating as a German because they're all just stuck here where they started. Oh, shoot. These guys all out of supply 106 get taken off the field of battle. So let's do that at the cleanup phase of turn 2. Yeah, this is the end of turn 2. So this is the end of December 19th in the Battle of the Bulge. Battle of the Bulge 80, should say. Sorry, let's should have said that at the beginning, but I don't want to start over because I already said some stuff here. The Germans control 7 victory conditions. 7 victory point locations, all in supply. The furthest one being Dinant. Yeah, so Dinant. So they have 7. They don't even have this many control markers. Yeah. That is a sudden death victory condition. The game's over. Turn 2. The other thing is to have 9 motorized or tank in this brown area here. You can't really see the line probably. I didn't even pay attention to that. I didn't need to get it because I got these towns. I sure hope I did it all correctly and did the movement correctly, but I think I did, and that's game over. I don't think I've ever I so rarely win in the attacking side. I'm just blown away. Let's maybe zoom in over here on the order of operations here. It started out with a all German by choice, all German move attack, so that helped. Then American reinforcements, that was the airbornes all coming in, so they started moving towards, but Bastogne had already been taken. 5th Panzer Army could move and do some combat. Move for the Americans, move for the Germans. 3 formations. That's weird. It's mechanized, armor, and infantry, 1 of each. I didn't have any mechanized, so I lost 1. So again, that all depends when reinforcements come up, because the German reinforcements could have had some come on. So again, flow of the chits matters. I guess anyway, let's keep going through this. Because I'm going to be able to do my post-game report here. So then more reinforcements came on, move, reinforcements, supply. Those guys were out of supply, didn't notice it, and then I fixed it. Reinforcements came in, a couple guys. 6th, we'll move in combat. Then I moved to get people into supply, and then they check supply and they're good. You don't check for supply only at movement and combat. So these Americans are out of supply, but they're not checking for anything. You don't like fade away. That's 116th is the only one that disappears after that. So now that frees these guys up. So the problem is these guys are just going to be sitting here the whole time. I mean, I guess you could. They don't like defend at half strength or anything. I don't think they can't attack. So if they try to attack, they can't. So that's one thing. I guess you got them kind of sequestrated. These guys could actually move out, start moving around here because they can't attack. Now I guess they could slowly move up here to get back in supply. So maybe you want to keep them in, maybe one of these guys around. But then they start losing divisional integrity. That's something. So let's. Oh, you couldn't even see all that I was pointing to. That's fantastic. So what I was pointing to was over here. All right. So let's see if hopefully I'm able to edit this out. Anyway, So, like, these guys aren't out of supply until they tried to attack. Because you're not halved or anything. You just can't attack. You defend it the same. So, as far as I know. This German's out of command. Oh, I did a couple times move out some guys. I even had to do it down here at Panzer Lair. Let's try to move the camera this time. And I also did it over here, actually, in that trapped area I was in. So there's a withdrawal, but basically they have to be reduced down to their, if they're an armor unit. So this is like a cadre. They took their jeeps and all that stuff, and they're moving out. And you'd see that in a totalize. I wonder, actually, if you see that in the D-Day game, Dark Summer. And I had to do it over here, too. So I guess the question now is, and this is true with chit draw games, it's like, well, so I don't know if there's a tournament scene for this game to see if there would be consistent winners. It's because, the whole thing is like, well, I mean, the chit draw happens and you can't, the Allies, Americans couldn't get their stuff moving. The way the chits came up, these guys were here. I mean, even with the reinforcements, though, I don't know. I guess so the Americans did get their reinforcements, and then they had a move. So these guys were able to move, and then they did another move. So they had the move they need to start moving, but these guys had already sequestered there. That's interesting. I'll have to try this again. I'll have to play this again to get that nailed down. So I guess I'm a little concerned I wasn't playing all the rules correctly. I'm pretty sure I was. Well, who knows? I just read a thing where the older you get, the more you don't know you make mistakes. I mean, look at all those American reinforcements. So, man, I don't know. I guess usually I'm thinking this way on the defender side, like, or on the attacker side, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Here now on the defender side, like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I needed to spread my Americans out. I mean, it's interesting. This whole middle is collapsed, and that's what got me able to get in there. I'll have to look at that and see what happened there. Is there an opportunity that the Americans should have moved back and set up defensive lines? I mean, that's a bulge. I mean, that's exactly what happened, right? They came in here, and it was, except for they didn't take Bastogne. So that's very interesting. It created a bulge now that we're looking at it. Huh, how funny. I mean, you start getting these guys in there, they're going to be able to start coming in here and, quickly closing these guys off, getting these guys out of supply where they can't even attack. And they're not even going to be able to get back in supply. They would then need to start moving, but then now they're reduced down to 3, I think. And that's bad. Now, can they move road movement rate? I don't know. I mean, so the 82nd was starting to get up here to start blocking these guys up, but they still had a road route that way. So this Dinant was super risky, but it got what you needed, which was, they crossed the Meuse. And there wasn't the battle for cells. Okay. That's interesting. So that's the end of that. That's the end of the Bulge 80 gameplay of the Deadly Woods. Go check out Hex to Hex, what he's playing, ASL Spotting Round. Hopefully he's doing some stuff. I'm filming this quite a couple months ahead. So I think they're all going to participate. And McMurray's any Bulge games that they play. All right, that is that. Hey, it's been fun to try it. You know what? I really should set this up again and do it again. To see, I mean, because I only got 2 turns done. 2 of 12 if you wanted to go for that route. So I just feel like some stuff happened here. So, lastly, there's a lot of special little rules to know. I mean, it's complex in that way. All the little things to remember that you can and cannot do turn to turn. Even the special play aids that I pulled down on Board Game Geek, they got most of the stuff, but it's not everything. I mean, this is interesting. I think there could be a little bit more work on making things a little bit more clear, or something. I don't know. Like I said, I had the same struggle with the 4X games where it's like, okay, where do you look? How do you know that? So like there was this bridge here. This bridge here, you can't, there's a, like turn one. I mean, if I were to play this a lot, I would make a counter or something saying, no armor, turn one. Why is there not a counter or something? I don't understand. Or a little notation. You don't want to put it on the map. It'd be too small, but no, just no armor, turn one. So, but that's what I'm saying is that, you know, yeah. But then after that, they reinforced it or whatever, or they just didn't use it. But they can use it after turn one. So there's a few things like that. And like I said, there's some play aids and things, but there could be probably some more stuff for the board. All right, that's that. We'll talk to you. See ya.